with the San Diego State Aztecs, the latest on that is there was a report from Dennis Dodd, CBS Sports, earlier in the week saying San Diego State failed to create a Mountain West Pac-12 AAC Power 5 conference. And San Diego State was leading the way in this. And President Adela De La Torre, she was one of the main people in this, trying to create a new conference that can get the Power 5 conference designation, right? And J.D. Wicker, he quote tweeted this article and said fake news. And then he went on the radio with John and Jim, San Diego Sports 760 today, and detailed how close the Aztecs were to going to the Pac-12. If the grant of rights was going to be signed last Friday morning, San Diego State was headed to the Pac-12. That's how close it was. They pretty much were in agreement to that. But in 20 minutes to an hour, right? Oregon, Washington, Arizona State, Utah, something happened there, and they all left, and the Pac-12 is now the Pac-4, and now you got the ACC recruiting Stanford and Cal. Now, it doesn't seem like it's likely that that's going to happen, at least from the latest reports, but you got those 4 teams just waiting there. So if San Diego State denies this, right, they have not tried to create this Mountain West Pac-12 AAC Power 5 conference, this new conference. And San Diego State says that they have not been in contact with the AAC or any members of the AAC. For me, that's okay, so that can be fake news. But if this comes out, they're doing something then, right? J.D. Wicker, San Diego State, they're not just sitting there and being okay, we're fine with the Mountain West. We're fine with not expanding the Mountain West, whatever. We're just going to sit here and be fine with that. They're doing something. Are they getting in touch with the Pac-12 and trying to go join the Pac-12 and have other Mountain West schools join them and go to the Pac-12 so they can get that Power 5 conference designation? The Mountain West released a statement today, and they said 12 presidents met Monday, and they're exploring adding to the conference. So is San Diego State helping the Mountain West here bring teams from the Pac-12 into the Mountain West, and then the Mountain West try to apply and make their case to be that Power 5 conference? And because the Pac-12 would no longer exist if those 4 Pac-4 teams now come to the Mountain West, are they trying to do that? So maybe they're not involved with the AAC. They haven't talked with the AAC, but I find it hard to believe that they're just sitting there and doing nothing. There has to be conversations going on here. What's going to happen with those remaining Pac-12 teams? Those remaining 4 teams, Cal, Stanford, Washington State, and Oregon State. Are they coming to the Mountain West? Are some Mountain West teams going to the Pac-12? Are the Mountain West and Pac-12 going to agree to a merger where all of the Mountain West schools just end up under the Pac-12 umbrella, and the Mountain West employees and all that, they get taken care of by the Pac-12? I don't know, but the Pac-12 they're obviously in a weird spot right now. And the Mountain West, they're the ones with the TV deal. I think they have a couple more years left on that. They have more stability than the remaining teams in the Pac-12 do. So maybe they end up joining the Mountain West, and the Mountain West ends up being the that 5th Power 5 conference. We'll see. But that's the latest from the San Diego State side of things. J.D. Wicker saying fake news on the Dennis Dodd CBS Sports report. And that report kind of painted Adela De La Torre in a bad light. So J.D. Wicker wanted to publicly say, no, that's wrong. And he released a statement. And I can read that here for you, actually. Just pretty much saying, yeah, that what was reported yesterday by Dennis Dodd, who's been pretty accurate on some things here, right? It just wasn't correct. So here's J.D. Wicker. Fake news, disappointed in the number of absolute fake articles that get written these days. Hashtag integrity in journalism. And then here's the statement that he had. The first 2 paragraphs of this article contain numerous false or misleading statements. SDSU has been actively involved in conference realignment discussions before and after the latest round of Pac-12 defections. However, San Diego State has not sought to create a new conference or seek A5 status for a new conference. SDSU has had no communication with the American Athletic Conference, AAC, nor any of its member institutions. San Diego State continues to be an active participant with the the Mountain Conference. I think he meant to say Mountain West Conference, as the conference assesses the best path forward during this turbulent time in our industry. And then the Mountain West released a statement, like I mentioned a little bit earlier. They mentioned about how they're potentially looking to add. Monday night, the Mountain West Board of Directors, comprised of our 12 presidents, met to reaffirm our collective commitment to the conference and its future. With the recent changes in membership composition in several conferences, the Mountain West is exploring all opportunities to strengthen the league, including through the addition of new member schools. Board of Directors Chair President Garnett Stokes of the University of New Mexico and Commissioner Gloria Navarez will be the voice of the conference and will lead the ongoing explorations of possibilities before presenting any to the board. We are strong in who we are and proud of the exceptional experience we provide the student athletes of the Mountain West Conference. So there's the Mountain West. Obviously, they're active. San Diego State has to be involved with these discussions, so we'll see where that goes, but that's the latest involving San Diego State and conference realignment. By the way, there is a fan fest for San Diego State football, I believe this weekend at Snapdragon Stadium, so you can get your tickets there. Go to the Aztecs football social medias for that.